Lego Set 117, Locomotive Without Motor. From year 1967, 96 parts. Lego Set 117, Locomotive Without Motor. From year 1969, 96 parts. Attention, other one is a magnetic version. Two different sets, or the same set? Let's find out. The boxes, at least, are different. The first is a drawer, as was the case with most Lego sets from the 60s. This set is a hook version, as was the case with the first Lego trains. Oh no. Horrible. Can't be true. I can't believe what's here. Lego you.
I decided to help you again. This presentation needs some action, doesn't it?
No way. This time you won't ruin it. You've messed about enough. It's time to do something properly.
Let's do it. Let's break something down really well.
No way. This time you're not in.
Hey, I protest this.
Yay, like you would say it. Let's build a 1967 version of Train 117, in which wagons are attached to the locomotive with hooks. If a motor is wanted for locomotive, it have to buy separately. Lego Set 100 and Set 101 are for that. The locomotive instruction booklet contains instructions for installing the motor. The instruction for the newer locomotive, released in 1969, is slightly different. However, the design of the locomotive is almost similar, only the wagons are fastened with magnets. However, there are differences in the guidelines. The main difference lies in the installation of the motor. In 1967, the Motor Series 100 was used. It did not include a battery case. It had to be purchased separately from Series 101. The absence of a battery case in the motor set may seem strange. Initially, in 1966, when the Motor Series was released, a flat 4.5-volt battery could also be used in place of the battery case. The newer Locomotive 117, released in 1969, can also be fitted with a motor. The Lego Motor Series 103, released in 1969, is recommended. I will not go into the installation of the motor on the Series 117 locomotive. Maybe sometime later. Lego has been rather lazy in designing new trains or locomotives, as Locomotive 117 is actually similar to the locomotives in sets 116 and 127. That's not new, as the first iconic motorized locomotive, the 112, from 1966, was also the locomotive of the series 113. Is it good or bad? Good when modular parts can be used elsewhere as well. Bad probably in terms of sales. Why buy more similar kits? Buy only the biggest, which has it all. Do those things still matter almost 60 years later? As a collector, I want to own all those sets, especially in the best possible condition. As a collector, I am also interested in the objects I collect and find as much information about them as possible. For example, this Lego set 117. It is said that it was published in 1967. That's true, but there is no information about the 1969 released version of the same set. I haven't seen or heard anything about it. I didn't know until I owned both versions of the series. I had to conclude that the second version was published in 1969. Why not in 1968? After all, there were already magnets in the Series 119 Super Train set, which some call the Prairie Train. Due to the fact that the Motor Series 103 was released in 1969, it is presented in the train instruction. Why not in 1970? Because then magnets were no longer attached directly to the bottom plate of the locomotive or wagon. They were lowered 2x4 brick. In addition, the new locomotive set 126 was released and 117 was about to be replaced.
Not a single Lego has been broken during filming.
Asnyi Lego nukas thujat jirimeve.
একজন বিশাল রেহি মধ্যবয়সী লোক লেগো নিয়ে খেলল কেন? তার পরিবারের জন্য অর্থ পেতে একটি বাস্তব চাকরিতে যেতে হবে।